How to reduce flowerhorn stress. The flowerhorn fish is definitely one of the most unique creatures on the planet. Much like other animals, flowerhorn need ways to cope with, reduce, or avoid stress and its effects. The flowerhorn fish can be very sensitive to different stressors. So, how to reduce flowerhorn stress? The first thing you must do is recognize when your flowerhorn is feeling stressed. Secondly, you must try to determine what the stressors or triggers are for your flowerhorn. There are many things that might stress your flowerhorn. Correcting any stress for your fish is much simpler than you might think. What are the common signs of flowerhorn stress? There are many signals your flowerhorn will give you when it is becoming stressed. Lack of appetite, extreme or unusual aggression, and trying to hide in the tank are only a few of the signs of stress you may notice. Your flowerhorn may change color or fade when it becomes stressed. Other signs of a stressed flowerhorn can include being prone to illnesses. Stress has an impact on the overall health of your flowerhorn because the immune system can be affected. Because of this, you may notice it become more prone to infections such as ick, hole and head disease, and dropsy. Are there strains of flowerhorn more prone to stress? Essentially, all the known strains of flowerhorn need the same kind of care. There are no strains of flowerhorn that are more or less prone to any kind of stress. However, there will be differences in some strains regarding their needs. All large strains of flowerhorn will need a larger tank. Not only that, but the most aggressive varieties, or any flowerhorn showing above average aggression for a flowerhorn, will be best off kept alone in their own tank to avoid stressing the fish. How can tank size reduce flowerhorn stress? Your flowerhorn needs the room to move in its home. A tank for adult flowerhorn should not hold less than roughly 100 gallons of water. The reason for this is not simply spaciousness for your flowerhorn. Larger amounts of water are easier to keep clean than smaller amounts of water. As a result, this reduces potential bacterial issues and prevents fouling of flowerhorn's environment. Can proper water parameters reduce flowerhorn stress? Although most fish are highly adaptable, flowerhorn have very specific needs when it comes to the water they are living in. If the balance of that water is out of parameter by even the smallest amount, over time it can cause your flowerhorn to become stressed. Therefore, it is important that you keep your pH levels and water alkalinity within a specific range. The recommended range for pH levels for your flowerhorn are between 6.0 and 8.0. Alkalinity should be between 6 and 20 dGH. Also, flowerhorn fish also tend to be extremely sensitive to levels of nitrites, nitrates, and ammonia. Weekly water changes will avoid stressing your flowerhorn. Does water movement reduce flowerhorn stress? Whether or not your flowerhorn prefers to have a moderate current in their tank is going to depend on your specific flowerhorn. Rather than helping to reduce flowerhorn stress, it might instead just make it worse. Many flowerhorn appreciate a bit of a current in their water, just as other fish do. The reason for this is that fish appreciate anything that might help them get about. And a gentle current will do just that. Acceptable water movement for a flowerhorn would be movement produced by the properly sized motor for your water filter. Bubble bars, which produce a wall of bubbles for fish to play and swim in. But this is not a good idea for your flowerhorn. It would likely increase rather than reduce stress. How does water temperature reduce flowerhorn stress? The flowerhorn is considered a type of tropical fish. Thus, flowerhorn will thrive in water that is within the range of between 28 and 31 degrees Celsius. Temperatures too cold will cause stress in your flowerhorn.